I'm in Mississippi on the Sexplanations road tour, and we're in this quiet forest area because I want to show you the tour van. The Sexplanations road tour RV wrap designed by Bushnell in Missoula, Montana to look like exotic foliage and put on the RV by Creative Wraps and Graphics in Houston, Texas. Look at my wrap, it's so beautiful. First, the clitoris, which is very important to me because I think it's a sex education lesson on hygiene and anatomy and pleasure and gender equality. It's all right here. And it also includes labia, asymmetrical, a meatus, which is the urethral opening because we don't pee out of the vagina, the vaginal introitus, aka the front hole, and a statistic here, 75% of people with vulvas report needing clitoral stimulation in order to orgasm. It's got a great word and great quote. It's got lots of definitions, like cisgender, a descriptor for a gender identity that corresponds with one's gender assigned at birth, and transgender, a descriptor for a gender identity that does not correspond with one's gender at birth. On the door is a map of the United States and a statistic that says only 13 states in the USA require sex education to be medically accurate. So what are we doing? We're driving to as many of them as we can to give them medically accurate sex education. Also on the design, we included the Kinsey scale. It's from the 1940s, but a really great example of how sexual orientation has developed as a concept throughout time. Over here, a Kinsey 0 would be exclusively heterosexual, exclusively homosexual is a Kinsey 6. And all these ranges in between would be varying degrees of bisexuality or pansexuality. This one also has an X for asexuality, where a person doesn't experience some degree or all of sexual attraction to others. They might have a squish, which is a platonic desire towards someone, aka an asexual, aromantic crush. All right. Next side. The back of the RV wrap is also laid out to be super sex educational. There's a giant quotation that can be read as people are traveling down the road behind us that says, consent isn't the absence of a no, it's the presence of a yes. And then there are a few smaller facts if you get really close. Over 20 million people in the USA are intersex. There's more than one way to prevent infections and pregnancy. Up there is Masters and Johnson's 4 stages of sexual arousal. And then we have the logo for the amazing foundation that has helped physically sponsor this event, the Effing Foundation. And it has the Plicit model, one of my favorite ways to address sexual health issues, designed by Jack Annan in the 1970s. It suggests that most people can address a sexual health issue by getting permission to stay the same or change or to think differently. Then from there, limited information, some who will still need more, specific suggestions, and then a small group who will need intensive therapy. More sperm, more foliage. Let's keep going. On this side, it starts with a want, will, won't list, or if you're familiar, it has the column with your ideal romantic or sexual situation, your will, your negotiables, common ground area, your won'ts, your hard limits, absolutely not, don't ask me again. Then there's sexplanations again for people on this side of the vehicle who want to know who we are and how to reach us. There's a symbol here of polyamory to signify more of the non-monogamous relationship dynamics, and then a term, compersion. I chose the definition, the positive feelings one gets when a lover is enjoying another relationship, the opposite of jealousy. More sperm. This is from an interview that I did on the Sexplanations podcast with Ro, who told me that in Deer Lodge, Montana, they use this definition of healthy relationships. I can say no, I can be myself, and I can have fun. Did you see this? It's a rope to shout out to our kink and BDSM friends. BDSM, a 4-letter initialism for 6 words. Bondage, discipline, dominant, submission, sadism, and masochism. Penis, scrotum, testicles, prostate. On the penis, Amber and I made sure that the foreskin was nice and pronounced because there is no medical reason for routine infant circumcision of the penis or the clitoris. The corona here is the ridge that separates the glands from the shaft, and then you have the prostate, which says 1 in every 9 people with a prostate will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. Under the epididymis, in this organ that takes the sperm up further into the body, it says the clinical term for blue balls is epididymital hypertension. And then you have the bladder. This all connects further to the vas deferens, tubes which, when cut, tied, or cauterized, can keep the sperm produced in the testicles from going into the semen that might come out of the penis. It takes, by the way, 2 to 3 months for sperm cells to mature. Going up are the different types of hymen. There are 12 pictured here, and fascinatingly, lots of people don't realize that there are different types of hymen or that they have them. We're going around the country teaching people about their bodies and how to care for them. 2 more things about the RV before I say goodbye. 1 is that these colors are from the pride flag. So if you're feeling like there isn't enough on sexual orientation or gender identity or diversity, we've got you. Secondly, I wanted to let you know that there are 30 extra sperm on the RV for people who would still like to put their names or phrases on them. You can get more information about how in the description. Thank you to everyone who has made this trip possible so far and who continue to do so. If you would like to join us in that effort, you can go to patreon.com/sexedroadtour. Stay curious! Oh, I'm so hot, I can't think.